Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Respect Dare. Today is Dare 29 of the Respect Dare 40 days to a deeper connection with God and your husband. All right, so today's Dare 29, is called 30-Year Drought. And the verse is Hebrews 3:13, be encouraged, but encourage one another daily, as long as it is called today, so that none of you may be hardened by sin's deceitfulness. Wait, sorry, I felt like I was gonna sneeze. So, anyways, it's funny because just yesterday I was mentioning to you girls of a couple that I had heard of. That had decided that she wasn't going to have sex with her husband, and they had all this many years without it, and now we're reading about a couple that had not had sex at this point for 30 years. Like, that is unimaginable, right? But it happens, and it's so sad because it's the enemy's number one tactic to separate us from the intimacy that we're meant to have with our spouses, right? So what I wanted to share today, and I'll be quick, and then she goes into this the 7 questions. So I do encourage you to prayerfully consider them. You know, Prayerfully consider your husband as the man he has become, and share with me. Please share. I hope you join our WhatsApp group. I've been putting it on the description the last couple of days, but please join the WhatsApp group. Share some feedback. If it's personal and you don't want to share in the group, just share with me personally. But I really look forward to hearing from all of you. But what I wanted to share with you today is um, you know, a lot of people tend to think that there has been many women lately that have expressed to me their difficulty in their marriage because of this very problem, right? The husband is addicted to pornography, and a lot of people tend to think that it is a physical need that's not being met, and so therefore the wife will think, oh, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, and she'll have guilt, and there will be shame, and there will be all of these things that come upon their relationship, but the truth is that God created us with legitimate need, and we have need because we are 3-1, right? We are a body. I'm sorry, we are a spirit, we have a soul, and we live in a body. Um, we have needs at all 3 levels. We have physical needs, we have emotional needs, like, for our souls, mental, emotional, and will, and we have spiritual needs, and the one need that we have in common for all 3 areas is our need for intimacy. We have a need for intimacy at a spiritual level, which is filled and completed and fulfilled and satisfied by our relationship with Jesus, right? We have an emotional need for intimacy, which is fulfilled and satisfied by our emotional intimacy and connection with our spouses, with friends, with our children, and we also have a physical need for intimacy, which is satisfied through sex only with our spouse, right? In the context of marriage, nobody else can fulfill that need for our spouse. Nobody else can fulfill that need for us but our spouse, right? So, the reason why I bring that up is because those needs are legitimate. God made us this way. He didn't make a mistake when He created us with all of this need for intimacy, right? Because it's how we are fully known and fully loved. Really, we can't be fully loved unless we are fully known, right? So it is through intimacy that we are fully seen and fully known. And so therefore we do have these needs, and it is legitimate, it is God given to us, and it's supposed to be a gift because it is through this need that we fulfill our relationship with Him, with our spouses, with our children, with friends, and sexually with our husbands, right? So the reason why I'm saying all this is because, like I started, a lot of people tend to think that, the addiction to pornography is a lack of, it's a lack of physical intimacy, that it's a lack of, it's something to do with the physical, with the flesh, and it's really not. It has most times than not related to the need for intimacy as a whole being. It really oftentimes it doesn't have a lot to do with sex. It has to do with the lack of intimacy, period. And it starts with our relationship with God. If our spouses, our husbands, are not being fulfilled in that intimacy with God, there is going to be a lack, because there is a legitimate need that asks, that craves for that intimacy. So the addiction to pornography comes from trying to fulfill that need in an unhealthy way, and it's not different than any other addiction. Drugs, alcohol, scrolling on Facebook. It's that like that serotonin that it's released to our brain, that gives us instant satisfaction. So I wanted to bring that up, because if your husband or you are dealing with this type of issues, bring it to the Holy Spirit. Remove the shame out of it, bring to the Holy Spirit, bring to a trusted friend. Seek help, but most importantly, seek to fulfill and satisfy the need for deep intimacy, first of all, with God, with each other, with friends. So that way, that need can be more and more fulfilled and satisfied in a healthy way, the way that it's supposed to be. So that's what I had for today. I will see you tomorrow. I love you all, and I'm super excited. We are on there, 29? And so we are only 11 days away from finishing our 40-day there. And I already have another devotional in mind for us to do together, because this has been so good. It has been helping me grow as a wife. I'm sure it's been helping you as well from the feedback I've been receiving. And I really love doing this together. So I really pray that you feel motivated to continue, not just up to the 40 days, but beyond. So once we're done with this 40 days, I'm gonna jump right into another devotional that we can do together. And I'll record a separate video or share with you guys tomorrow what's that gonna look like. But I want to be able to do that a little bit early, so that you have time to buy the devotional if you desire to, and whatnot, and be ready on time. So that's that. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.